welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. Last time I did one of these were probably in September, if not October. I've been gaining a couple hundred subscribers here and there, so I know how hard it is to get to know a YouTuber, especially when they're a daily vlogger and you have to go way back to watch videos to understand why when certain things happen, yada yada yada. So I decided that I'm probably going to do Q&As monthly or bi-monthly, is that a thing? Bi-monthly here on my channel, just so when new people come in they'll have something to go off of. So I asked the questions on Instagram, on YouTube and on Snapchat, and y'all were so nice enough to send me the questions, so let's get started. First question said, did your parents accept your boyfriend with open arms? So honestly, it's just my mom in the picture, but yeah, she did. My whole family accepted him and his whole family accepted me. So next question said, how did your relationship with your fiance change after having a baby, and do you guys plan on having other kids? If yes, when? If that's not too personal, of course. Thank you. So no, that's not personal, and he's not my fiance, he's my husband. But if anything, our relationship definitely got stronger. I feel like us having a baby, you know, it just made our relationship strong. Like, yeah. And as far as other kids, yes, but that's way down the road. We are just focusing on Masyn as of right now. How do you think becoming a mom has changed you? So honestly, I don't want to say it's made me nicer or sweeter or more sensitive, because I've already been that person to begin with. I guess I'm not sure, because I really don't feel like it's changed me so much, except the only thing is now I actually have a child here than before. But I feel like I'm still the same person, if not nicer. Let's just put it that way. She's definitely opened up my heart even more. I didn't think it was possible for me to love even more than I already have. Are you afraid to have sex after having Masyn? Who will watch the baby when you go back to work? Okay, so the first part of the question as far as sex, I took that into two different ways. I took that as, are you scared because something literally just came out of there? You sure you want to put something back up there? And then I took it as, are you scared because, you know, after you have a baby you're extremely fertile? So as far as the first way I just mentioned, no, I'm not scared, because I didn't have any problems after delivery down there as far as like tearing or anything at all. Everything was fine. And as far as the other way, absolutely, it scares me 1000%. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit more. And my grandmother is going to watch me. Would you do a baby lookbook for baby M? Thank you for your suggestion, and those of you who all suggested it, I really enjoyed recording that video, and there's no way you could watch that. I'd be like, oh, because I watch it all the time. Are you going to try starting back up with school before Masyn gets older? So absolutely. I'll probably, more than likely, I'll be starting in the spring, but I'll be doing D term, so I won't be starting like January. I'll be starting in March and do the last 8 weeks of the semester. How are you enjoying motherhood? I love it. I love it so much. What have you learned since becoming a mommy? Strictly talking about babies, etc., all things baby. What have you learned about yourself as a wife and a mommy since baby M has arrived? Talking about relationship, how it's changed you since you've had the baby. So as far as what I've learned, I feel like I've already known majority of things of what mothers went through before I became a mother. If anything has changed, or if I've learned anything, it's definitely the whole labor and delivery process, because clearly I've never went through that before. But everything else, you know, I've kind of experienced before, except I've never had a live-in child with me. What have you learned about yourself? Honestly, I don't think anything. I mean, I guess I've learned that I can adapt really fast to new things, such as having a child and everything like that. I'm adapting, let's put it that way, and I'm adjusting well. I didn't think the transition would be this, I don't want to say easy, but I'm adjusting well, y'all. Would you ever do YouTube full-time and quit your job? How come we really don't see a lot of people in your vlogs, like your friends and your family? So as far as doing YouTube full-time, I would need YouTube to match my check. Actually, I would need YouTube to match my check or give me more than what I make on a bi-weekly basis. And that includes like insurance taken out. I'll still be able to take out money for retirement and all that good stuff, plus bonuses given to me. And and I need to see that money consistently for more than 6 months before I quit. I need to match everything that I'm making, if not more, before I quit YouTube. I mean, before I quit my job, because now I have a dependent. I can't just get up and go like that. I need stability. And on top of that, I enjoy being home, but it's also very boring as well. So if I'm a YouTuber full-time, I will also need to be doing some type of business deal or collaborations constantly with other businesses and stuff, like where I'm being flown out places or doing other things other than just sitting in the house editing vlogs, because it's not very fun, to be honest. I don't see a lot of people in my vlogs because we don't really live too close to family and friends. Both of our families live in Maryland, which is about 4.5 hours away. And as far as friends, I mean, we are around our friends a lot, Kendall more than me, but when I'm around my family and friends, when they are around, I don't really, my first instinct is, oh, let me pick up the camera and vlog. I like to enjoy my family and friends than to just put the camera in everybody's faces. Not that anybody minds, but that's why you typically will not see me vlogging when I'm around family and friends, but I will work on that a little more. How long do you plan on breastfeeding? How has your breastfeeding journey been so far? Do you feel like you cry more or you're more emotional since giving birth? How long do I plan on breastfeeding? Probably at the most 2 years. How has your breastfeeding journey been? It's been good. It could be better. And I was really emotional after birth, but now I'm cool. Do you want kids? If so, how soon? Okay, going into that, yes, I do want more kids, like I said earlier, but that's gonna be held off for at least 2.5 years. There's one thing you wish you had known about becoming a mom before you became one. Once again, that just goes back to those questions. Honestly, I feel like I've already known everything. I've already seen it firsthand. People had told me, so I kind of knew. But I think if anything changes, it definitely, I've heard people say, you know, you never knew you could love somebody so much, and that's definitely true. So I feel like to answer that question, that's how I would answer that. Yay for a Q&A. Here are 4 big questions. What will you be using for birth control? So I've been doing a lot of research on birth control. For those of you that don't know, they get pregnant on birth control. So if you're on a pill, beware. Just remember that no birth control is 100% effective. So most of them are like 99.8, 99.9, and that little 0.2 or 0.1% could be you, okay? But I've been doing a lot of research on that too. I know Depo, you can gain a lot of weight on it. There's just so many things, so I'm not too sure. I still have time I have about 2 weeks until my postpartum appointment, so I still have some time to do some more research. But I might be going on the pill, just a different pill this time, and then we will also be using condoms, okay? What would you do if you unexpectedly became pregnant again before Masyn turns 1? I would be very upset. How did you choose Masyn's middle names? So Victoria is after my great aunt that I was very, very, very close to, especially in childhood. Not especially in childhood, in childhood. And she actually passed away when I was 13, and I was very distraught. So I knew when I became pregnant, or if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want to name her after her. And then Chanel is just something that popped in my head while I was in the shower one day. What baby products do you like for Masyn, and how do you cope with being a wife and a mom? So she's using Johnson & Johnson products on her skin, and then I'm using Vaseline on her lips. I'm using coconut oil in her hair, and then I'm also using Shea Moisture baby shampoo. So she's not really using a whole bunch of products or anything like that. And as far as coping with being a mom and a wife, I love it. It's working very well. Like I said, I'm adjusting very well, and I feel like I'm playing both roles very equally. Do you have any favorite products for baby? Are you planning a photo shoot for a baby/family? And photo shoot, yes. Do you find it challenging to be a YouTuber, wife, and mother? How do you handle both? Yes, I'm gonna tell you that, because it's just like, it all comes down to time management. Like, for example, today I took Kendall to work, so I had to make sure that I took him to work, had to make sure I came home and pumped. Well, before I even took him to work, I had to make sure I pumped, got all that goodness out, make sure I had the baby good and ready for the day before we left out. make sure I had to take him to work and then have to pick him up later. Within that time frame, I still have to pump, I still have to take care of Masyn, I still have to take care of myself. So, and then also I'm recording this video, I have to make sure that it's done during sunlight, and then I have to edit and upload. So it is a little time consuming. It's not challenging per se, but it's not as easy as, you know, before just taking care of myself, or before just taking care of me and Kendall. Now there's another person into play, so it's not as easy as before, but it's not something that's just so difficult. It's okay if I don't really sleep too much, right? How long were you and Kendall married before you, how long were you and Kendall together before you got married? So our boyfriend and girlfriend anniversary is July 12th. We got engaged on July 24th. Yeah, July 24th, and then we got married August 24th. Can you make a P.O. box so I can send you a gift from Masyn? And I finished my piece of art for you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Just for you, I will get a P.O. box. But how's your relationship with your in-laws? It's great. It's just like a second family. Not even a second family. It's just like everything had clicked and meshed so well. I cannot complain. I love my in-laws. What is the worst symptom during pregnancy and now postpartum? During pregnancy, almost everything was the worst, but the absolute worst was the acid reflux, because that almost always led to me throwing up, and I hate throwing up. And then postpartum, I would have to say in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, my feet swelled desperately, like my foot would be like this big, and I'm not even lying. And then I just have a couple of back problems with the epidural. Is there anything particular that you've purchased or gifted for your baby that you think new parents should have, i.e. bottle, warmer, certain pacifier, nipple cream? I highly recommend Dr. Brown bottles. I love them. What else do I use for Masyn that I just absolutely love? I'm gonna just say Doc Brown, and then obviously my breast pump. Oh, that is heaven sent. Then the 4 Moms baby tub. We love that. It works well. What are some of your dreams and goals for Masyn? Do you plan on moving out of state anytime soon? Do you enjoy motherhood so far? How has Masyn changed you? So my dreams and goals for Masyn is for her to be the shining star that she wishes to be. So if my daughter wants to be a doctor, I will support that dream. If Masyn wants to be a teacher, I will support it. As a parent, I'm here to make sure that if my baby wants to do something, if she has a particular goal, for example, let's just say when she gets older, she wants to be a Disney actor, and she's really, or actress, and she's really determined to do that. As a parent, I feel like I'm here to make sure that she lives up to her potential. So if I have to find an agent for her, if I have to fly her out to wherever, I'm here to do that. So I am here to make sure that she accomplishes all her goals and anything. But anything she wants is what I want too. Do we plan on moving out of state anytime soon? No. North Carolina is probably gonna, I'm gonna say for at the least our home for the next year. So I can't speak after that. Do I enjoy motherhood? Yes, I do. How is your body recovering after Masyn? And has it made any significant changes or had any impact on your body in the long run? My body has fully recovered. Everything's great. No problems. Favorite type of music: R&B, rap, gospel. And brand of Masyn's bassinet. So when I first got this question, I looked, there's no name on the bassinet whatsoever, and we threw the box away. I do apologize about that. I have no idea what the name is. The best thing about motherhood, already answered that. Are you ready to go back to work? Yes and no. I don't want to leave my daughter, but I am missing work because, you know, I haven't been to work in 6 weeks. That's a long time, y'all. Your daughter's so light-skinned. Do you have light-skinned family members? And so do you think she will get darker? I'm in no way saying it is a bad thing that she's light-skinned, just curious. Oh my gosh, y'all have no idea how this question has been asked so much. So first of all, nobody is as surprised of how light-skinned my daughter is as me, because when they pulled her out and they put her on my chest, I was just like, where is this light-skinned thing coming from? Kendall and I were both extremely light-skinned when we were born. Extremely light-skinned. And from what we were both told from our families and from our mothers, we didn't get darker until like 3, 4, 5 months later on down the road. Kendall's mother is light-skinned. She's very light-skinned. Her mother's very light-skinned. So that's also the play. And then on top of that, black people come in all shapes, colors and forms. So if my baby's light skin and me and Ken are the color that we are, please don't think that this has anything to do with cheating. I did not step out of my relationship or marriage. Masyn is 100% Kendall's. I just think this question is crazy, but that is why my daughter is light skinned. Do I think she's gonna get darker by her ears? I'm gonna say no. I do not think Masyn's gonna get darker. Is there a chance that she's gonna get darker? Yes. And the good thing is I'm a YouTuber, I'm a daily vlogger, so when she do get darker, we will all see it here. Hopefully that is the last time that I will have to answer that question. I do not comment on YouTube as often, but I must tell you that you are one of my favorite YouTubers, and I've been waiting all day for your labor and delivery video. Thank you so much. I promise that video is going to come out soon. But my question for you is, what is your favorite part about being a mother? And I'm sorry I'm talking fast, my camera is dying. I currently have a chronic case of baby fever, and there isn't anything anyone can say that can stop me from feeling any different. I'm in too deep, so I enjoy hearing the positives about motherhood. Everything about motherhood is great. Of course, you will lose sleep, you will get you will get throw up on you, you will get pooped on, you will get peed on, but nothing is as great as being a mother. But that is the end of my Q&A. I'm sorry that I started talking really fast at the end. My camera is dying, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.